Let's see. What do we give to the YouTube people? I am very excited for the Street Fighter movie. In that last trailer, I finally got to see a brief look at Akuma, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that Roman Reigns?"
I saw Akuma in like a single shot as well, and I'm like, okay.
And yes, that is Roman Reigns, and that made me happy.
They got Guile's hair right.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be about the length of his face, so.
Let's see. And Dawson was all bendy and stretchy. That made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to see Zangief do an actual spinning pile drive. Well, was it a pile driver? I don't think it was. I think it was a suplex. But like, huh.
Yeah, everyone looked like their characters and everything, so.
And the image of like Ken beating up a car, like on a game show or something.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exactly the right amount of stupid. Which is what a Street Fighter movie needs. Like the first attempt had not like it had a good amount of stupid, but it tried to pretend it didn't. It was like, look at all these big name actors and everyone's being very serious, and then and then there was Raul Julia being completely hammy and over the top, and the only person who understood the type of movie he was in.
Yes. If this is a movie of Raul Julia's, then that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, I guess him and the guy that played Zangief both knew what kind of movie they were in, but
Yeah.
he didn't have all that many lines, so it was mostly just M. Bison.
Yeah.
Quick, change the channel.
I've never actually seen that movie the whole way through.
What?
I've seen so many clips. Everybody knows, of course, and it was Tuesday, and a half a dozen other things, but I've never actually seen it the whole way through.
Oh my God, it's so much worse when you see the whole thing. I typed in Street Writer, Righther. Oh, it's not streaming anywhere. You can only rent or buy it. Boo. Never mind, Brian. I was going to tell you where to watch it, but you can't. Anyway. That's enough for the YouTube people. That's all you get. So, here we go. Now, jam. Excuse me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Manapool. This is no longer episode 750. We did that already. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let us know if you enjoyed it or not. And let us know if you went to check out the Character Issues podcast after that, because Other Brian was so great. But that's the past, and we talked about the past last week, which was also the past. Now it's this week, and it's episode 751.
It's not the past yet.
Stop living in the past, everybody. I had a lot of oh crap, what's it called? Hang on. I forget what it's called, but I think it's French, but the translation is Spirit of the Stairwell. Where that thing where you think about all the stuff you should have said. And I'm like, man, we could do a whole nother episode on that with the stuff that I wanted to talk about and we never got to.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have to come back to that topic at like 1,000 or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is 751. I'm Chewy. Hello. I'm the lead dork. We've got our Never Shut Her Upper Brian.
That's me.
We've got our guy who knows things but forgets to tell us, Mike.
Yeah.
And we've got our moral compass, Dirk.
That's me.
And look, I got through the intros super fast, so we can dive right in. We're talking about Secrets of Strixhaven, the new Magic set, because two of these jerkwads went to the pre-release together and didn't bother to tell me.
Nope. We decided on it.
Sorry.
We were having discussions about it the night before as I was taking Sam to prom. I was like, you know what? This is happening.
It didn't actually get decided until the morning of.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but you guys forget, I don't have like kids and a family and other people that care about me and all that. I don't need like 6 days notice to do stuff. You could have called me that, hey, we're at the pre-release at this place, come down. I'll be like, where's that place again?
We would have said Archdale, North Carolina.
Really?
And then Chewie would have said, I'm not going that far. And we'd be like, well, screw you.
That's where GU is?
Yeah,
I've never been there, clearly.
clearly.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
was the first
Mike-
time I'd been to the new place.
Oh, it's a new place.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No wonder. I was like, I thought they were in Greensboro.
Nope. They were in High Point,
High Point. Yeah, that's it.
as DJs, and then that location closed, and there's an Aldi there now. So,
That's random.
yeah. But yeah, Mike and I went, and we had a good time. And, spoiler alert, I lost to two people. The guy that came in first and the guy that came in second.
Yeah.
And Mike only lost to one person, the guy that came in first. And Mike came in second, which means you might surmise that Chewie beat me. No, even without being there. Yeah, probably. But that Mike beat me, and you would be correct. Good job following the word puzzle so far. But
I'll beat you. I'll beat you with a hammer. What?
yeah, I know.
And then there's Dirk over there, who's just there.
Yeah. I did not go to a pre-release.
Me too. I mean, I wouldn't have gone to play, but I would have gone to hang out.
Yeah. But we had a good time, so let's talk about some cards. We want to start with the mechanics, as always.
As always. So we got
All right.
Prepare, which
Yes.
this tripped me out because I kept, like, there's no, well, at least on the couple that I have seen, this is the first set, I think, ever where I have just paid zero attention. Like, I didn't even know the name of the set until yesterday. I was like, it's a new Strixhaven set, right? What's it called? So I keep seeing this card format and going, I don't get it. Because I think the ones I was seeing didn't have reminder text.
Oh yeah, that'd be much more confusing.
And I'm like, this isn't an adventure. What the hell is going on? Because it's an adventure, but it's flipped, right? Like, as far as the card.
Well, in terms of the layout and where the tiny frame is, yes,
That's what I meant.
It's on the opposite side.
They're using this same frame for adventures, and there was something else they used it for, like the dragons, the foreboding or whatever it was in Dragons of Tarkir, where it was you could play it for the spell and then shuffle it back into your library. You know, they're using this frame.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now that they've made this split, they're like, oh, look at what we did, and they're using it in different ways, and that doesn't get confusing at all. But this is prepare. Illidan says you are not prepared, but maybe you are.
And Scar says that you should be prepared. I'm sorry.
He does. He does. So prepare shows up exclusively, I think, at least in this set, on creatures, and it is an actual sorcery or instant that's in addition to the creature. This time you cannot play the non-creature part first. you must play the creature, and then when the creature is prepared, which different creatures have different ways of becoming prepared, then you can also cast the spell at any time that you could ordinarily cast a spell with that type. So, for example, they've got here Studious First Year, and he's a bear wizard, and he is a good boy or a good girl. But Studious First Year only costs a single green, is a common, is a 1/1, and it enters the battlefield prepared, so it's already ready to go. And then its spell is, and follow me on this one, Rampant Growth. And for 1 and a green, it's a sorcery, you Rampant Growth. You search your library for a basic land card, put that card into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. And one of the nice things about the set is that the ones that are a direct 1-for-1 with a previous spell, or a spell from Magic's history, it's straight up that spell. So if you know how that spell works, if you know how Brainstorm or Ancestral Recall or Lightning Bolt work, then you know how that works. Not all creatures enter the battlefield prepared, though. And some have ways of becoming prepared more than once. But Studious First Year, just by itself, without anything else helping it, you get a 1/1, and then you can Rampant Growth. And there's no need to tap it, so if you've got the 3 mana, you can go ahead and play it and then do that. Or you can wait, and somebody will blow it up and you'll be sad. Everybody understand how prepare works?
Hey, you guys.
Yes.
The spell that Studious First Year cast, I swear this looks familiar.
That's right. And several of them have spells that have been printed before as their own Magic cards. Several of them have spells that are just kind of made up for them specifically. But yeah, there's a lot of familiar things that show up. Rampant Growth, Careful Study, Demonic Tutor, Reanimate,
Ancestral Recall.
Ancestral Recall.
Yeah, I noticed while I was pulling the mechanics article up earlier that Ancestral Recall was here, and I went, what? And then my eye just like scanned down, and it said target player draws 3 cards, instant, 1 blue, and I went, huh. So that's on the Emeritus of Ideation, which is a fun title. For 3 blue, it's a mythic human wizard with flying and ward 2. It enters prepared, and its spell is Ancestral Recall, which, Jesus. And it says, whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared.
So, serious question for you guys. This seems bonkers, but is this better than Arcanus the Omnipotent, who just taps for this?
You have to wait for Arcanus to get the first one, but yeah, you don't have to go through hoops to get the rest. So not having to wait gives this a big plus.
That's true.
Paying your 6 to just get the 5/5 flyer with Ward 2 and 3 cards is great.
Yeah. I mean, even without the ability to get it prepared again, would you pay 6 for a 5/5 flyer with Ward 2 that immediately draws you 3 cards?
I would pay that today.
Yeah,
today.
I don't even play blue, and I would pay that today.
I have good news for Mike. Our callers are standing by. You too can pay for that today. So yeah, so that's prepared. And when we get into the rest of the set, I think prepared is honestly kind of cool. There are a lot of cards that care about instants and sorceries in the set.
Oh, yeah.
Normally just a red blue thing. It's shared amongst many others, but that's because it's also on permanence. Like instants and sorceries are on permanence, so it works pretty well. But shall we continue into the various colleges?
Sure.
Okay. So I picked for my pre-release Silverquill, which shouldn't surprise anybody. This was my favorite college from the original Strixhaven, so I know I just took a card, but I'm going to go and talk about this, and then I'll shut up for a while. So the
Sure.
ability in Silverquill is repartee, which the entire pre-release I kept trying to call it other things like report or
Repost.
repost. Yes, I was like, this says repost, and I'm like, wait, no, it doesn't. But the way that repost works is it is an Mike. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is an ability word. Is that correct?
That's right.
Ah, I got it right.
Yeah.
And
Because there's
it
there's something about it that they all have in common, but they don't work exactly the same in a way that lets it be an actual
right.
keyword.
So repost, repartee, tag nabbit. Repartee is on permanence, and while that permanent is in play, or is on the battlefield, sorry, taking it back, when you cast an instant or a sorcery that targets at least one creature, then repartee triggers. And on some things, it will do various things. For example, here as the example, the example. Jeez, what's wrong with me? Conciliator's Duelist. For 2 white and 2 black is a 4/3 core warlock. Is rare. When this creature enters, draw a card. Each player loses 1 life. And Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, exile up to 1 target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you blink something, well, kind of blink until end of turn something, which can reset cards like prepared cards, or just, move them out of the way so you can hit through. But um, repartee can do all sorts of nifty stuff. So I like it. And again, if you're building limited and you're like, oh shoot, I need to make sure I have enough instants and sorceries, prepared uh, creatures cast instants and sorceries. So be sure to take a look at that.
Yeah, and the experience at the pre-release is like there are so many good cards with repartee that can generate really useful value.
Yeah. I um
Hmm.
I built a white black deck. Now at the pre-release they did the thing where if you could choose a college and you would get the pre-release pack with the seeded pack, so you had a higher chance of having that. And I thought I was going to have to go into green, and I ended up just doing straight white black, and my deck did just fine. I lost 2 rounds to 2 incredibly competent players, but I had a lot of good stuff,
And
including
Mike.
a all. Well, then one competent player and Mike. No, 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 no. I had some good stuff, and I did have a particular mono black planeswalker that maybe we'll cover later. So my pool was pretty good, but yeah, the repartee stuff. When you get a couple triggers off of it, it works really well. But that's Silver Quill. I don't know who among us would be Prismari. I feel like we've got the other colleges kind of covered.
Yeah, I mean probably you again, but I can read this.
Okay.
All right, so the Prismari is the red blue college. These are the art students, um, art, theater, music, and they have an ability word, Opus, that also cares about instants and sorceries. But this is just whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. So no special qualifications. Just if you cast it, something happens. The example here is Color Storm Stallion. For 1, a blue and a red. It's a 3/3 elemental horse. It's rare. It has ward 1 and it has haste. So 3/3 for 3 with haste and ward 1. That's awesome.
That's pretty
Its
good, yeah.
yeah, its Opus ability says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell. Oh, I forgot something about Opus. This creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, that's another part of Opus. Create a token that's a copy of this creature.
Oh.
Yeah, so I cut the explanation too short earlier. Opus triggers whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, and then it has a bigger effect if it was an expensive instant or sorcery spell, if it cost 5 or more.
And yet, there's also a running theme in the set where I feel like there's a decent number of X instants and sorceries.
Yeah, and I think that's on purpose for Opus and for the Quandrix mechanic as well.
Yeah, that we'll get to. I agree. I think it's
Increment.
very deliberate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, that is Opus.
So, do prepared spells count?
Oh yes, they are instants and sorceries.
Okay,
That's another reason why prepared works so well, to pull this together and let the mechanics work well in limited.
Yeah, it would be really crappy if it didn't. That's why I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yes, that does work very well. And there are some prepared spells that cost 5 or more. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chewy, you were always a black guy.
Nope. I'm extremely
leaving.
white. Hey, Dirk, you want to read the next one since you haven't said anything in like 20 minutes?
Sure. So the third ability is Infusion, and that is Witherbloom. And Witherbloom is the ones that they're the nature people. They're the biology, herbology, ecology. They're the tree huggers. They're the tree huggers who like to grow mushrooms and stuff. So, but just not the hippie version.
I would say they're growing weed.
So anyway, so Infusion, we're going to see what the ability and everything with that one is. The example of it is Old Growth Educator for 2 black green. He's a 4/4 tree folk druid that's uncommon. He has vigilance and reach and Infusion. When this creature enters, put 2+1/+1 counters on it if you gained life this turn.
I'm going to guess that's the thing that's the common is whatever if you gain life this turn.
Yeah, if you gain life this turn.
Yep.
And there's a couple things going on here. So of course there's a number of cards that just say do something, you gain some life, and that'll help. But also they changed the standard pest token for this set compared to the first Strixhaven. So in the first Strixhaven, the pests had the ability, when this dies, you gain a life. In this Strixhaven, they have the ability, when this attacks, you gain 1 life.
Which makes it a little easier to trigger, generally. Yeah. Every I wanted to say guild. They're not guilds. Every college in the first set had a particular token associated with that set, with that college. In this set, they have that same name. Silver Quill has Inklings, etc. But some of them have different stats, and they have other abilities. So, as long as you read the cards in the set, it's fine. But don't try to confuse them with the ones from last time. But, yeah, so Infusion, again, does radically different things depending on just what's on the card. There is a black destruction spell that's really, really interesting when you have gained life, but maybe we'll get to that later. But basically, just gain some life have gained life by the time you cast the spell or by the time the ability triggers, and you get a bonus. Okay.
All right then.
Honestly, really straightforward.
Yeah.
Lorehold does not get a new ability. It gets a really good established ability.
Yeah. Somehow one of the colleges got the foothold on Flashback. That's crazy.
I think that does kind of fit them.
They are all about history.
Yeah,
they are
history and archaeology people.
They
bringing
are
stuff back.
They are
which is what Flashback does.
They are training a new generation of Indiana Joneses.
Are we keeping up with them?
Yes, we are keeping up with the Joneses.
There we go.
Because all their stuff does in fact belong in a museum.
So the example
So-
card is Molten Note, which the art, let's not talk about it. But for X, a red and a white is an uncommon sorcery. It says Molten Note deals damage to target creature equal to the amount of mana spent to cast this spell. Untap all creatures you control. That's not X. It's X plus 2.
Right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
If you cast it straight, it could be any number of things depending on weird alternate ways to cast spells, which would make it functionally different. So it's specifically the amount of mana spent to cast the spell.
Yep.
Yeah. And if
So,
you're
like,
like,
if
well,
you
but what if
play
it
it-
costs 2 less? And you're like, well, that
Yeah.
might not work the way you want it to.
If you play it with the thing that says your spells cost a red mana less, and you pay like 2 and a white, but not the red, then it only deals 3 damage to target creature.
Yeah.
But you also untap all the creatures you control, and then it has flashback of 6, a red and a white. So it's always
Which we
gonna
get-
the flashback is always gonna deal big damage.
It's,
Again,
it's
without
always going to deal
shenanigans.
8, and that's why the flashback doesn't have to have X in the cost, because it's not X damage. So,
Mhm.
yeah. I really like this card, by the way.
Yeah, it's a neat bit of design space that I don't think I've seen before, and if I did, it didn't stick. Cause it like it's a burn spell, so like it'll do 2 damage for 2 mana, just whatever, just all the time,
Mhm.
and untap all your stuff, which is the important bit,
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a sorcery, so it's that keeps its power level in check. All right.
hmm And you'll see a bunch of cards in the Lorehold college that also do something special, generate some kind of benefit when one or more cards leave your graveyard.
Like with flashback.
Yes.
All right.
I refuse. Okay, I unless we have more to say about flashback, we know how flashback works. I
Yeah.
refuse to
It's
talk
awesome.
about. I refuse to talk about the bees. Somebody else has to cover the
Well,
bees.
yeah. Well, it's blue and green, which means Dirk has to talk about the bees.
Not the bees.
That's
the
right.
bees.
All right, so that means Quandrix, which, FYI, when I took the little quiz to see, which college would you fit into, I straight up got Quandrix. And I'm like, yep, got it honest. So anyway, Quandrix has Increment as its college ability and all that. So example of that one is Cuboid Colony, which is a green-blue and is a 1/1 creature insect that is uncommon that has Flash. No, that's not the ability. Flying Trample. Still not the ability. Increment. There's the ability. So its reminder text says, whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana you spent is greater than this creature's power or toughness, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature.
That power or toughness is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Power
Mike.
or toughness.
Hey, Mike. What was your favorite common or uncommon in your deck?
So the one you're referring to is I can't remember its name. It's a 0/3 frog wizard that costs 2 and a blue. And when it enters, you surveil 2, but it also has increment. And because its power starts at 0, it's like the next 3 or 4 turns, it's incrementing with whatever I'm playing. So a 3/6 creature does a lot for combat, not just on defense, but on offense too. A 4/7 creature owns the ground.
So, increment's pretty good. And this thing in particular, opponents always seem to have it when I was attacking, of course. I will say so that this was the second day of pre-releases that we went to. There was a Friday and then there was a Saturday and there was one on Sunday that we didn't go to. But you signed up in advance and said what your first choice was for the seed pack, second, etc. It was amazing to me. I was the second person to sign up, and they put Silver Quill last, behind the first person, and I was like, "You're doing it wrong," and I put it first. But multiple people picked Witherbloom, and there were no Witherblooms. I guess they were all taken on Friday. So most of you got Quandrix, right? So.
Yeah, that was my second choice.
But you were happy with it, so.
Yeah, and I was just guessing based on colors because I didn't know very much about this set at all going in either.
Oh, me either. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very happy.
I spent most of the tournament being like, okay, I didn't look at previews. Let me read this card. So. But yeah, so that is Increment.
Yeah. Yeah, because with the creatures who have a prepared spell, I mean, they're bringing another spell for you to cast. We mentioned the X spells that are in here. They give you a nice variable cost to use to increment. Flashback spells often have a very different flashback cost than their mana cost, so that's going on. I really like the way so many things in this set work with each other.
Yeah.
Across colors, across color combinations.
That like the Increment works well with what's it called? Prismar, the Opus.
Yeah, Opus. Mm-hmm.
Which also works well with the X spells that you mentioned and flashback, because flashbacks costs are ordinarily higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking the inter college synergy they have here feels pretty good just from looking at the first handful of cards.
Yeah, it's good.
And yeah, and especially in limited, when you're trying to fill out your deck, there's just going to be pleasant surprises everywhere. It's like, oh, this card makes this other card trigger. Hooray.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
all right, well, before we get too deep in the weeds, we're not done with the previews yet. Or the mechanics yet.
No, okay,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to the next mechanic. So, who remembers from Champions of Kamigawa the epic spell?
Saviors of Kamigawa.
Yes.
Saviors of Kamigawa. Sorry, I forgot the name of the particular set. Champion Saviors. But they were these
everybody
amazing...
boo this man.
They were, and I'm pretty sure when we were doing our mythic conscription, we got to Saviors. We're like, yes, these are our mythic. They were these big, splashy spells that had this really huge effect, and they were very expensive, and they were the last spells you could ever cast. That's how the epic ability worked. And they have never repeated it because it was an interesting idea, but I think most people would say not being able to cast anything else, that's really tough. So what if instead...
And just to be clear, it wasn't like you cast that and then that's it. You just got to sit there and say go. No. It would cast another copy of itself each turn, but that was it. Right. Otherwise, you couldn't. Yeah.
So what if you had a similar effect that didn't keep you from casting other spells? Enter Paradigm. So, Paradigm is on sorceries. I don't think any of them are instants, but there's one in each color. Not one for each college, although they are tied to a particular college, but one in each color. They're all mythic, and all of them, upon resolution, they will exile, and then after you first resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases, reading directly from the flavor text. So I think what that means is if you copy and improvise, if you copy a Paradigm spell at the beginning of your next first main phase, there isn't a card in exile to trigger, right?
What?
Oh. Okay, well, that's getting too far in the weeds. Let's talk about what this does. So the
I
example
just didn't
is
understand your question. That's all. But keep
if you
going.
copy it with like a fork, but we'll get to that in a second. So, improvisation capstone. This is for 5 and 2 red. Is a sorcery. It is a lesson card. It is mythic. You exile cards from the top of your library until you exile cards with total mana value 4 or greater. You may cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana costs. I think that pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, that's,
you get free stuff.
That's a red rare spell, yeah.
It is. And it
Yes.
costs 7, and it's a lesson, which doesn't really have... That's what all these paradigms are. That doesn't have any other significance within the set. But then, basically, you get a free copy of this every turn after... each of your turns after this one. Mike, my question was, I cast Improvisation Capstone and I fork it. How many do I get next turn?
Well, there's a built-in safeguard for some of that, because it says after you first resolve a spell with this name.
Oh,
wait,
that's true.
Wait a minute. Let me cast the card. What the heck? I'd have to read the detailed rules, because with the way you're proposing that, the copy of the spell resolves first, so I need to read the full official block of text for that to see how that resolves, whether you just screwed yourself out of getting paradigm copies by accident.
Okay, we'll take that out of the equation for now. But again, basically you get a big spell for free every turn. No?
I think it'll still work because it says paradigm, then exile this spell. And then, but the forked resolve trigger should, like, after you first resolve a copy with this spell, that happened, and then on your next main phase, it'll look at exile and be like, well, there it is. Because the physical copy ended up in exile anyway.
Well, no, but if the non-physical copy was the first to resolve, then it would be trying to refer to an exiled object that doesn't exist anymore. It wouldn't, like the physical copy is not. If the physical copy resolved second, then it wouldn't exile itself with the way that's written. But besides, it's a different object anyway than the non-physical copy that resolved first.
Wait,
so
yeah,
I need to.
It just says then exile this spell, so it doesn't matter which way. Oh, okay. What I'm saying is it looking for the exiled copy right now, or is it waiting until your next main phase and then looking? Is it a delayed trigger, or does it have to see it when you cast it, or when it resolves? We are so deep in the weeds here.
And exile the spell. No, never mind. You're right. Exile the spell is the first instruction. You're right. I was trying to look in another window for the release notes, so I wasn't looking at the card while we were talking. Yeah, let me. I think the release notes has the full rules for it, so let me go find that, and I can come back to it later.
Okay. But basically, every color gets this big sorcery that then copies itself at the beginning of the next turn. And then every turn after that. It's like epic, but not...
This is cool. In the mechanics article, it says, casting each of these copies is optional, and you'll have the opportunity to cast one on each of your turns, no matter what happens to the previous ones. But that's just for the copies. So, like, if your second copy gets countered, you still it's still there for you to try copy another one next turn.
Okay, I was wrong about what that delayed trigger refers to. The delayed trigger isn't trying to refer to the card in exile. It's just referring to the spell in the past that created it. So that's fine.
Okay.
So Brian, your fork copy will still work.
But how many? His real question was how many copies do you get next turn? It's still just the one, right?
Yeah, just the one, because there's that. If it's the first spell with this name, you've resolved. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can get an extra copy the first turn, but not every turn after that.
See, listeners, you can still have us getting completely lost in the minutia of rules that will never come up for anyone ever. Well, because it's killing us if we don't know the answer.
There's a lot
How
more
is it that none of
copying
us are
now.
judges?
Because
There's a lot.
I don't even know what the program looks like anymore.
There's a lot more copying now than there used to be, so that's why I thought it was probably relevant. But,
yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
So anyway,
All
we're
right.
still not done.
No,
Oh my god. So now we
we're almost
is
done.
Converge back? It is back, right? We've had this before.
It is back. It was from the Battle for Zendikar set,
Maybe that's sound.
where it showed up on some of the allies and some other cards.
Maybe
It's not Sunburst from Fifth Dawn.
Not Sunburst.
Yeah, wasn't this like the fixed sort of kind of the fixed Sunburst?
Yeah, a more generalized, better Sunburst. I
Yeah.
think original Sunburst was only on artifacts.
Yeah. So yeah, the example is the Rancorous Archaic, which is a hell of a name. Excuse me, it's a 5-mana 2/2 avatar that is common and colorless. I just realized that's not an artifact. And it has Converge. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. So if you spend 3 mana to cast it, then you got a 5/5 reach trample thing, which
3
is
colors. Yeah,
what I say.
3
You
mana.
said
Oh
3
yeah,
mana.
sorry. Three colored manas. 3 differently colored manas. That's what I meant. Shut up.
Yes. He doesn't see color, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't
Put that on me. So yeah, this could be this could be a 2/2, but why would you play that unless
Why
you're
would you do
absolutely
that?
desperate?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
If you've got a bunch of wastes in play, don't ask dumb questions. Dude, 2 Temples of the False God and a crappy mana rock. Boom, nailed it. So yeah, this will go from it's hard to do to make it a 2/2, but this will go from a 3/3 to a 7/7 depending on how you play it. So, you know.
Right.
It's fine. It's common. So, getting 4/4 out of it is probably awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll take a 4/4 with Trample and Reach for 5.
Yeah, Converge does something based on how many colors of mana you spent to play it or cast it.
And since a lot of these are colorless, although not all of them, they fit into a lot of different decks. So
Yeah, they are absolutely awesome as limited filler.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that not in like what's the word I'm looking for? I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you're going to be playing at least 2 colors, and you're encouraged and enabled to play 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ben said Rancorous Archaic is how I would describe Chewy. Huh. I
Take the compliment.
about 3/4 appreciate that. But then there's the old there at the end. So, hey, screw you, buddy. Oh, and hey, they've done it here. We got books now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Diary of Dreams card, what it does literally doesn't matter, but it's an artifact book. And
Yeah.
they've gone back and added the book subtype to a bunch of books. Real quick, Arcane Encyclopedia, Autograph Book, Baron's Codex, the Book of Exalted Deeds, Book of Wrath, the Book of Vile Darkness. Why are some of these links not linking? Oh, there we go. The Book of Exalted Deeds doesn't come up with neither does a Messy Tome. What's going on here? Anyway, Book of Wrath, the Book of Vile Darkness, Cody Vociferous Codex, a Messy Tome, 500-Year Diary, Folio of Fancies, Fool's Tome, Getz Grimoire, Grimoire of the Dead, Heirloom Epic, Illuminated Folio, Investigator's Journal, Jalum Tome, JMD Tome. Why do those not come up? They've broken their own linking system on the website. Good God. Joda's Codex, Chiron Archive, Mangara's Tome, Marina Vendrell's Grimoire, Maze Mine Tome, Mercadian Atlas. There are more of these than I thought there were. Monster Manual, my first tome. Mysterious Tome / Chilling Chronicle. Both faces have the book subtype now. Otherworld Atlas, Phyrexian Grimoire, River Song's Diary, Saravox Tome, Sarpadian Empires Volume 7. Yes. Spellbook, Summoner's Grimoire, Tamio's Journal, Tamio's Logbook. Tarian's Journal, Thran Tome, Tome of Legends, Tome of the Guild Pact, The Underworld Cookbook. Mike, who wrote that?
Asmern Mardakadistinakaldakar.
Close enough. Urza's Tome, Vincer's Journal, and Wizard's Spellbook. And also, they've added the book subtype to the tokens that 3 cards make. Moira Brown, guide author. She wrote the Wasteland Survival Guide. Tamio Completed Sage. Oh, the Tamio's Notebook token is now a book. And Volo, Itinerant Scholar, creates Volo's Journal, which is now a book subtype. So there you go. I really didn't realize there were that many. Jesus.
It's your read on.
Yeah. Gonna learn me a book. Read a book. No, wait. Not on this show. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
Take a look. It's in a book.
It's in a book. Now are we done? Okay, now we're done.
Yeah.
Now we're done.
So we got Converge coming back. We got Paradigm for 5 cards. We got 1 for each school. And Prepare.
Yep.
Okay. So
of those, yeah.
What do you got? What was that Frog Wizard, Mike?
Let
here
me
it
look
is.
at that
The
photo.
Textbook tabulator.
Yes, that's right, the tabulator.
Oh, he's cute.
He is.
If I may make a suggestion for the cards to look at, and certainly if there's any chat wants us to look at, but each college has a dragon, the founding dragon. I think they also did in the first Strixhaven set, but they are new. They are here, and these are. Well, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Mike and I have already talked about them, but I want to get your guys' opinion on these. Hey, Chewy.
I'm Chewy.
Look up the Dragon Lorehold. The college takes the name of the dragon, so it should be easy enough to find. Or you might be able to do a search for dragon.
Which I've already done, so...
So why don't you read it?
Oh, they're multicolored. I was looking at this mythic dragon in white going, that's not named after a thing. Okay. All right, Lorehold the Historian. For 3 a red and a white is a 5/5 Oh, they're Elder Dragons. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. That makes it easier. Elder Dragon. Terramorphic Expanse. What? Elder.
Terramorphic Expanse.
Okay, there we go. So, Lorehold the Historian. For 3 a red and a white is a 5/5 with flying and haste. Well, that's gross. Each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2. Wait, is that Miracle the top deck Miracle?
Yes,
the top deck Miracle.
Oh my god. So
when
for those
you draw
that
this
aren't
card,
also old, it says you may cast a card for its miracle cost when you draw it if it's the first card you drew this turn.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean? It says each instant and sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2.
Because when you draw it...
Yeah, when you draw it, it moves to your hand. So Miracle actually triggers from your hand.
Oh, okay.
And you reveal it from your hand. You don't reveal it from your library.
Right. This brings me back to the old days when this was printed about, like, you have to be very clear about when you're drawing a card. So
Yeah, and you also
like,
have to not
adding...
like immediately move it to your hand because now there's no way
Exactly.
to show this is the one I just drew.
But
Which I seem to remember
the...
screwing somebody at like the end of a GP or a Pro Tour or something.
That sounds right to me too. Yeah.
I know I did it to myself at a pre-release. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get out of this mess, and I started my turn.
And
And
you
as I
drew the
started my
red one.
turn, yeah, I just jammed Bonfire of the Damned straight into my hand, and I was like, oh, that would have helped me get out of this mess if I was paying attention.
Maybe that's what
But
I'm thinking of.
But
Yeah.
the good news with Lorehold is he's on the battlefield. So while you have on the battlefield, you should really be making an effort to be like keep your hand like on the table or something, and then draw each card individually. It's not like you're drawing the card, putting it into your hand, and then realizing oh wait, this has additional words on it. But Lorehold isn't done.
Yeah, there's more. It says at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card, which means that gives you a free way to potentially miracle more things and cast them for 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 mana, no matter what the original cost of that spell was, what colors, anything.
So that seems kind of insane.
Yeah, Mike and I found an article online where this was ranked 5th out of the dragons. They're like, yeah, it's all right.
Well, it's the
And I'm
first one
like-
I've seen, but it's already the most powerful one I've seen, so...
Yeah. Dirk, do you want to take Quandrix? 'Cause,
I'll take Quandrix. Quandrix the Proof. For 4 green-blue, so a total of 6 mana. He's a 6/6 legendary creature, Elder Dragon that's mythic, and has flying, trample, and cascade.
Yeah.
So there's a reminder text on... Do you want me to read the reminder text?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. When you cast this spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards on the bottom in a random order.
So he has Cascade. That's great, but there's more.
At the very bottom, it says, instant and sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade.
Ding, ding, ding. They made these with EDH in mind. Sorry, Commander in mind.
You are not wrong. Now it has the from hand there to just make it clear that, they're not cascading into cascading, sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you can't cascade your flashbacks and whatever.
Right. But these are pushed, and this is still a 6/6 with flying and trample for 6, with Cascade by itself.
Yeah, which is enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they really wanted this to be a commander, so you gotta tack these last abilities on.
Yeah. For white and black, we have Silverquill the Disputant. For 2, a white and a black is a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. So again, for 4 mana, a 4/4 with flying and vigilance, already pretty good.
Yeah.
Each instant and sorcery spell you cast has Casualty 1. And what does Casualty 1 mean? Because all these abilities are kind of old?
I
they're
don't
Elder
remember
Dragons?
Casualty at all. What's that from?
Me neither.
It's from the city. What the heck was that?
New
Ravnica?
Capenna?
City.
Not
Ravnica?
Ravnica. New Capenna.
New Capenna, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Okay.
As you cast this, I think didn't like Obnixilis have Casualty? Yeah. So, as you cast that spell, that being the instant or sorcery, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. So just not your 0/3 frog with no counters on it. When you do, copy the spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. So, whereas Quandrix is getting you copies of spells, kind of, sort of, it's getting you a random spell through Cascade. This is giving you an extra spell for no additional mana cost. Just, give up a creature, like a pest token or an inkling token or something. And again, a 4/4 flyer with flying and vigilance for 4 mana.
Yeah, these are
I
all kind
like
of
this.
silly.
Each of the
A lot.
colleges has a way to make tokens. They each have a signature token, so there's bunches of them flying around.
Yeah.
Right. I list Inkling because that is the one for Silver Quill. But this, all of these dragons are crazy, but this is just dumb. So, 2 more. Who wants them?
What?
Mike, which one do you want?
Yeah, Mike, which one do you want? Well, Mike wants the Witherbloom, doesn't he?
Sure, I could. It's probably the most straightforward. I think this is honestly, I think this is the tamest one of all. Witherbloom the Balancer costs 6 and a black and a green for a 5/5, but it has affinity for creatures. Okay.
Oh,
so it costs
okay.
one less. So it costs 1 less for each creature you control. So 5/5 for 8, but not if you can help it. And it has flying and death touch. And also, instant and sorcery spells you cast have affinity for creatures.
Oh.
So yeah, it's telling that I think that this is the tamest of the 5 dragons.
Yeah, so the article that we were reading had this at number 1, and I'm like, do you not ever lose all of your creatures in a game of EDH? Like, I don't see how this is the most powerful, but I think that is I think that's purely subjective. So it's a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not
depending on how this
you get going. Yeah, if you get going, big cost reduction effects are ridiculous and let you go into ridiculous chains. But you gotta get going
you
first.
can like draw a bunch of cards and cast a bunch of spells and still have plenty of mana left over to do even more things. Once, like Mike said, once you get it going.
Yeah. And then that leaves just one. And it's an innocuous one. It's not doing anything generally dumb or stupid.
I looked at this one. What is wrong with you?
Well, what does it do? I'm being ridiculous.
Prismari, the Inspiration, costs 5 a blue and a red. It's a 7/7 with flying and ward, pay 5 life. And it says, instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm.
That's it. That's all.
Oh, God. So Storm, for those of you that aren't old, which if you're listening to this, I don't know how it is that you're not old, but hey, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the last episode where we talked about being old for 3 hours. But so the way Storm works is when you cast a spell with Storm, you count up every spell that you cast before this turn, and you get that many copies. So if you cast 3 spells and then a thing with Storm, that Storm will have itself and then 3 copies, 1 for each of the spells played before.
Yeah.
But this says instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. So the first one will just happen. The second one, because it's your second spell, assuming these are all instants and sorceries, let's not get weird.
Right.
So you cast a spell. That's 1. You cast another spell. It has Storm. It gets a copy from the previous one and itself. Now these copies are not cast, so it's not exponential. Let's not get silly. Mm-hmm. So you play your third spell, and it goes, oh, you've cast 2 other spells this turn, so you'll get 3 copies of that one.
Which, by the way, by the time you even get to that, yes, you've cast 3 spells, but including the copies, you've gotten 6 instants or sorceries total. The first one, then 2, and then 3.
Yeah.
Again, they're not counting the copies for Storm, but
they still happen. It's still
they
stupid.
still happen.
So let's say you've got let's be simple. You've got 3 shocks in your hand. So you go shock Dirk in the face. Dirk takes 2 and swears your doom.
Yes.
And you go, oh no, I've screwed up. Dirk will stop at nothing now to end my existence. So you go, well, second shock, targeting Dirk's face. That's 2 more damage for a total of 4. But then you get a copy, so now it's 6. All right, is Dirk dead yet? No? Oh, God. Third shock, targeting Dirk's face, which adds 6 more. Now Dirk has taken 12. Is Dirk dead yet? You better hope so, buddy.
Yeah, and that's with just a shock. To say nothing about red mana rituals or
Card draw.
Card draw, anything like that.
I've
Not to
been
mention
playing vampire crawlers, so like my brain, which is basically like a slightly less ridiculous version of this card. So in my brain, I'm like, okay, so you cast something first. Maybe you get mana with your first spell. Then your second one, you draw cards. Then your third one, so you get 2 copies of the card draw. Then your third one, you do some damage. So you do big damage. Then for your fourth one, you get more mana. So you get lots more mana. So then for your next one, you can draw lots more cards.
Yeah, I feel like Manamorphose is going to get popular again.
Oh, Jesus God.
Whatever this guy pops off. Yeah, when Brian and I were reading that article, ranking these, and we read Prismari, I was like, And I think my response was something like, oh, no, I hope nobody reanimates this guy. Wink. It's like...
Yeah. Yeah, this is just silly. Mark Rosewater created a scale they named the Storm Scale, because it was a value of like 1 or 0 to 10 or 100 or something about how likely
it was a 10-point scale.
I think it was a 10-point scale, and it was the higher you were on the scale, the more ridiculous the ability was, and thus the less likely it was to be reprinted in Standard. And it was named the Storm Scale because Storm was 10. Now, it's not printed on any instants or sorceries in this set. All of these abilities on these dragons, Miracle and Storm and Cascade and all that, are only on these dragons. And that's the thing about these is, you can kill the dragon. Maybe. Lorehold has haste. What the heck? But I think they're fun. And we'll see if they do anything, but I think as true said, they're kind of pushed for Commander, but they are in limited, just I would say, how do you beat that? But I did beat an opponent who had a Witherbloom, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Prismari inspires or modifies Vintage and Legacy.
Wouldn't be surprising. All right. Anything else to say about the dragons? There's other cycles in the set. There's the Paradigm cycle.
I've got the Paradigms pulled up.
Planeswalker. Okay. Paradigm.
So let's do those because they shouldn't take long. So Restoration Seminar is the white one for 5 white. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Which, 7 for that seems like a lot, but you get it every turn forever. So, yeah, 7.
Yeah. Infinite blockers, infinite sack outlets, infinite whatever. And again, it's a non-land permanent, so go nuts.
Okay, let me get my Mindslaver back. Excuse me? Shut up.
Oh, I didn't even think about... Wow. I was just like, hey, Black Lotus, but...
that's kid stuff.
Okay. You thought you had turns. Well, you kind of do, but you kind of don't.
What kind of an idiot would think that? So, next.
The Echo Casting Symposium. For 4 blue, target player creates a token that's a copy of target creature you control.
I'm a little sad it won't make you a copy of any creature, but it's a balancing thing. And it's funny, with the target player, you can be political in EDH, commander by being like, "Hey, Mike, you really want a Quandrix, don't you? Here you go." Maybe because we're teaming up against Dark, because Chewie over there went all in, and now Dark's gonna kill us all after Chewie burned him for 12.
I left him at 5 and couldn't get there.
Or if you want to be really tricky and give people bad and dangerous stuff.
It's true. When we were waiting on the event to start, Mike and I played a quick game that we didn't finish, of course, of Commander, and I was playing my Zedru, the Great-Hearted deck, which is the whole, hey, group hug, give people stuff. It doesn't work too well in a duel, but we were just messing around. I was messing around. Dirk was not there. Mike was taking it more seriously. But this would fit perfectly in something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I like this card.
Yeah. The black one is Decorum Dissertation. And basically talk a lot. And for 3 and 2 black, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And again, because it's target player, a lot of times you're going to be like, hey, basically double Phyrexian Arena. But it might also be like, Dark, take 2.
Yeah, I was saying, Dirk's only at 5. Quick, kill him.
Yeah. Or, if you want to be really funny, you target Mike, because Mike would do this to himself anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I would happily pay 5 for this to get it every turn for free. I mean, it's essentially what Phyrexian Arena is. What, 3 mana?
3 mana, yeah.
And that can get blown up like this if you can get it off. It's just there forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And note that all the paradigm spells say you may cast the copulator, so you don't get forced into a bad line of play.
Oh my god!
If there's no good way to do it.
Yeah. Remember we were talking about that when we were trying to figure out the mystery of,
So, if I'm at 2 and you guys are all at 50, I don't have to. I'm not forced to let you draw 2 cards for literally nothing.
Correct.
Okay. I completely forgot that it was May.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel better about Paradigm than I did a minute ago, and I already liked it.
So that's the black one. We've seen the red one.
The red one we did.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
Look up Germination.
Germination Practicum.
Yes.
So Germination Practicum for 3 and 2 green. It is mythic. The Paragon. Paragon, and
Paradigm.
It says Paradigm.
Paradigm.
Yeah. Paradigm. DG looks the same. So anyway, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control.
How is that only 5 mana to get that every turn forever?
This has like the most cost-effective immediate effect of all of them, I think.
Yeah,
it does.
Like that's what that costs anyway, right?
It feels like it would.
So white has the enchantment that at the end of your turn you put a +1/+1 counter on everything. The virtue of something, of endurance maybe, and you untap your creatures. This is twice as many +1/+1 counters. You don't get to untap them, but you also get it immediately before combat.
Oh.
What does that enchantment cost?
5.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see it. It's one of the ones that had a.
I feel like this should cost 7.
I mean, you have to have.
7 feels like too much.
You have to have creatures out for this to feel to be good.
That's true. The others don't need.
Okay, that is a good point.
The others don't need help to work. Yeah. I guess the white one you have to have something in your graveyard, but I mean, hopefully something in the game.
If by the time you get to 7 mana, you don't have something in the graveyard, what?
Yeah,
well,
why do you even need to cast it? Yeah.
Yeah. The blue one you need to have a creature out. Well, is it creature or is it
target creature you control?
Yeah, you have to have a creature for it to do anything.
Yeah. But that even costs more than this.
But that still
I feel
costs
like I
6. So, yeah.
The black one you don't need to have anything for. You just draw cards. The red one gives you something else. So.
But see, the black one has the payback of causing all the blood that would be going to my brain to rush down to my crotch. So I will not be playing as intelligently when I play the black paradigm, because like I'm just looking at it and I'm not saying I'm fully erect, but I'm not saying
right.
So it's that kind of show now, huh?
it is.
Yeah.
For this card, yes.
The green and the red one are the ones that, based on my understanding of the colleges, fit well with the colleges. Blue is just weird.
The blue one is a little weird. Like it's a clone every turn, but it has to be something you control and anyone can get it. It's a very strange card.
Mm-hmm.
But at least target player, you can target yourself.
Yeah.
Just be like, well, I'm going to make a copy of my thing.
I think that's what's going to happen 99% of the time. It just gives you the ability to give something to somebody else for corner cases or for politics in multiplayer. Yeah. But most of the time, you're like, give it to me. Gimme.
Yeah, these... I guess the fact that you have to have, creatures on the board, and you really need, like, at least 2 for the Germination Practicum to be worth the mana.
Yeah, but then...
I guess that's why it only costs 5.
That's all you need, yeah.
I don't know, with the white one costing 7 and the blue one costing 6, this one only being at 5 makes my brain go, do they feel bad for green or something?
With Quandrix and the potential of putting +1/+1 counters everywhere, this one does kind of break your brain and go, oh gosh, I really hope you came prepared with like a bag of dice for all the +1/+1 counters that are flying around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. These all have the word paradox in them. I'm like, why are all these other cards showing up? Because in my search, I typed PARAD and stopped.
Paradox, paradigm, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why do I have aberrant mana worm? Oh, the word paradox is right there. Okay. All right, what else? Who's the planeswalker?
There are 2 in this set. For the last couple sets, it's just been 1, but we have 2 for this one. So you guys know Ral. You guys know Ral's Eric.
They said we're only doing 1 planeswalker per set from now on until they decide not to.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a silly idea anyway. Only 1%. That was always dumb.
After War of the Spark, they definitely had to like tone it down a little bit. But
what
you
the
guys
hell is
know
Mangara doing here?
It's from the Commander set.
Oh, that's the command. Is it? Oh, okay. Sorry. Keep going, anyway, Brian. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You guys know Ral Zarek. He's from the Is It Guild on Ravnica. His whole thing, sometimes he flips coins. He does crazy stuff. He went to the animal place. He got turned into an otter, I think. What was that? That was just last year. I keep wanting to say Redwall. It's not Redwall. It's not Fern Gully. What's it called? Oh, this is going to drive me crazy. He went there. You guys know Ral Zarek. So what if I told you that he became a teacher here? Bloomborough, thank you. What if I told you he became a teacher at Strixhaven and he went mono black? Is there something about Dirk? Is there something about becoming a teacher that makes you give up your humanity? I haven't read the story yet, but I'm like, oh, he's following in Professor Vess's footsteps. But so I'm gonna take this guy because he was in my pre-release pool, and he didn't show up for me after round 1, but he was awesome. So Ral Zarek, guest lecturer for 1 and 2 black, not red blue. He comes in with 3 loyalty. He has 4 abilities. The first one is +1 loyalty to Surveil 2. It's pretty decent card selection. second ability is -1 loyalty. Any number of target players each discard a card.
Nice.
So certainly in multiplayer, that's great, but make your opponent drop a card. -2, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Very helpful.
Nice.
And then the limit break is -7, flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads.
What the I can't say that on the show. What the actual hell?
It's the dark mirror to the, flip 5 coins, you get that many turns next. But in a duel, it means the same thing. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. My first round opponent, when I played it, I was just surveilling. I thought I was going to have him discard, but he kept having like 4 cards in his hand. He was almost like, I don't know, trying to avoid that. So I kept surveilling. Turned out that was pretty good because I knew what I was going to draw. Amazing how that works. And they devoted, it probably soaked up 18 points of damage for me. And then when he finally killed it, I was like, okay. And then I ran him over. So... well, because I've been establishing a board with other stuff, and I didn't need Ral anymore. So, and then like I said, for whatever reason, he just migrated to the bottom of my deck, and he's like, "I'm not coming out again." I'm like, "I need you to beat
He was
Mike."
mean to me.
I need you to beat Mike, and he's like, "I'm not gonna beat Mike." Yeah. So, anyway. But Ral's good. That limit break is dumb. But even though you might go, wow, his only plus ability isn't really card draw. It's good.
Well, yeah.
And
it's card filtering, which is almost as good as card draw.
Right. And there's stuff in the set that cares about stuff being in your graveyard, so it's really good. I like it.
And Ben pointed out that this is Evil Ral from the Mirror Dimension, and you can tell because he's got a goatee. Wait,
right.
did Ral have a goatee in his other arts?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
We'll assume no, just for the purposes of this. Shut up.
But I really like this version for multiplayer for that second ability of the any number of target players discards.
Who's the other Planeswalker?
Oh, have we seen this guy before?
I don't know. You won't tell me his damn name.
It starts with Professor. It's Delian Fell.
Delian Fell.
I don't think we've seen him before. He is in multicolor.
Now you tell me. There he is. Okay. All right. Continue along with whatever your thought is that you were having before I was like, give me the damn name.
Just that I like Ral for multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
But for that second ability. But anyway.
I like Professor
I like him a lot.
Fell for his second ability.
That's because it's really good and it doesn't cost any loyalty. So who is Professor Delian Fell?
I don't know, but his card says for 2, a green and a black, he is a planeswalker that starts with 5 loyalty.
Yes,
that is 5. Okay, so for +2, you gain 3 life. All right. Sure. All right. For 0, you draw a card and lose 1 life. That is almost my favorite thing to see on any sort of Magic card. In case you couldn't tell from my earlier discussion of the Black Paradigm. -3, destroy target creature. Sweet. Oh, he starts with 5, so you can just do that. Okay, that's nice. And -6, you get an emblem with whenever you gain life. Oh, target opponent loses that much life. Oh, you can just do that on the second turn.
Yeah, he'll be ready for it.
Well, that's
if they
gross.
don't nuke him, which they're going to want to do, because not when you gain life, an opponent loses a life, they lose that much life.
Yeah, so you play him, you go +2, gain 3 life. Next turn you go -6, get the emblem. If by some miracle they don't kill him, then you bolt them next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every turn thereafter. And he gets 2 loyalty for it. And again, the keyword or ability word in not Golgari, in Witherbloom is infusion.
Yeah, which cares
So,
about gaining life.
yeah. Speaking of which, I alluded to this earlier in. Well, I had just clicked on Planeswalkers. Fuse. Real quick, somebody read in black. It's called Withering Curse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is cool. So, Withering Curse,
Oh my
it's
god.
mythic. A mythic sorcery. For 1 black, all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn.
That's
So it starts as infest.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But the infusion ability, if you gained life this turn, destroy all creatures instead.
4 mana too much for your Wrath of God? Say no more. For the low cost of just gaining some life, make it. What if it cost 1 less?
Or by modern standards, what if it costs 2 less? Because they try not to print straight, just kill everything at 4 anymore. I think, right?
Yeah.
Um,
They'd rather. They don't want it to be at 4, so they put it at 5 and give it some extra zing to it.
Yeah.
Like kill everything and do something else.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to Ral real quick. Ben said that's not a joke. The mirror dimension thing. He's from Reality Fracture.
Isn't that the next set?
Oh.
Well, the next not Universes Beyond set.
Yeah.
I've heard that that's supposed to have like a planar chaos, like color shifted sort of thing coming on.
Oh.
I guess I'll have to get caught up on the story. So, is he from the future? Is there a future anymore?
No, he's from the mirror dimension.
What color is 5?
Is he a variant? Are we doing the multiverse thing like the MCU?
Yeah, that's what Reality Fracture is.
I mean, that's what Planar Chaos was. So
That's true.
Magic did it first. Ah. Suck it, Feige. Do we want to talk about the big, awesome, ridiculous prepared guys?
Sure. Let's be prepared.
Because I remember in the Discord, hey, you should join the Manapool Discord. For every new set that comes up, we get a separate thread for people to discuss previews and whatnot in the MTG channel. And I remember them posting like the Emeritus of Ideation with the Ancestral Recall and going, and I think one, the red one maybe, and going, what's the black one gonna be? And someone said, I bet it's Demonic Tutor, and it was Demonic Tutor. Oh, they all are the Emeritus of something. Oh, that's handy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just Emeritus. There we go. All right. So the Emeritus of Truce. This was the one we hadn't seen yet, I think. By the time I spotted that discussion in the Discord, the Emeritus of Truce is a 3/3 for 1 white cat cleric. These are all mythic. When this creature enters, target player creates a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Target player. Okay. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, this creature becomes prepared. Oh.
So if you want to give it to yourself, that's fine. But if that means you're up 2 creatures, then the question is, will this be prepared? If your opponent doesn't have more creatures than you at that point, he does not become prepared. He does not have another way naturally of becoming prepared. This is a one shot.
Yeah,
given what it does,
you have to blink him and hope that it works that time.
Right.
Yeah, and then his prepared spell is Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yay.
Which
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
I love Dirk's little chime in there. For those of you that aren't old, Swords to Plowshares for a single white is an instant and was for the longest time the premier removal spell in Magic. A single white instant, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. And you can always tell a new player because they'll read that and go, well, why would I want to give them life? Oh my God, you sweet summer child. I was that child.
Honestly,
we've all been there.
This is even more powerful than Path to Exile, because at least with Path to Exile, if my creature's getting exiled, I'm drawing a card out of my deck that's thinning my mana, so and putting me ahead. It's not good for me, but this is arguably worse for me, gaining the life. So this is possibly stronger.
Well,
I mean,
definitely stronger.
Yeah, it's absolutely stronger because you'll notice they haven't printed it again ever.
Ever, yeah. The blue one we've already talked about because
Yeah.
it's the Emeritus of Ideation.
Close enough. With Ancestral Recall, which is stupid.
Yeah. Which is, almost as stupid as Demonic Tutor.
Whoa.
Tutor.
The Emeritus of Joey Lawrence. Whoa. Somebody read it.
Yeah, so the Emeritus of Woe,
Whoa.
3 and a black for a 5/4 Vampire Warlock,
Ooh.
enters prepared, so no hoops to jump through. And also, at the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more creatures died this turn, this creature becomes prepared. So you can actually get it more than once.
And notice,
Like the blue one.
It doesn't say your creatures. It just says
Yep.
creatures.
Right.
Some creatures.
Something to note, just in the rules, is a creature cannot become prepared if it is already prepared. So you can't stack multiple instances of this.
Yeah.
You can't be double prepared.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that dark place where the sun doesn't touch, Scar just went, aw.
Yeah. Oh, and just to be clear, the prepared spell is Demonic Tutor. 1 in black, sorcery. Search your library, get a card, put it in your hand, shuffle up.
Yeah, the premier tutor spell for the longest time. I mean, it's why that's called tutoring.
Yeah, the definitive tutor spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any card out you want out of your deck, you don't have to reveal it. You just put it into your hand.
Yeah. Because the purpose of revealing it, for those of you that haven't caught onto this, the purpose of revealing it is a rules thing. Like, it's not... If you have to go get something specific, you have to show it to your opponent so that they know you're following the rules. So you can't just like, oh, it says go get a basic land card, and you go get your Demonic Tutor. You know.
Yeah.
That's why you have to reveal stuff. But if it doesn't specify what kind of card you're getting, just get a card, you don't have to show it, which is why that's cool.
They printed
As long as you actually put a card in your hand, then it's clear that you went to get a card, so you did it right.
Exactly.
Yeah. They printed Diabolic Tutor, which is the fixed version of Demonic Tutor, and it costs literally twice as much.
Yeah.
So the fact that this can prepare itself again is just kind of crazy.
And it's so easy. Like,
yeah.
I'll attack with this weenie. All right, I'll trade with this weenie. All right. I guess I have prepared my Warlock again.
Yeah, I mean, well, when it's on the board like that, then it's kind of your opponent's fault if they actually let that happen.
True.
For a situation like that.
But if you've got a way to sacrifice stuff, it's not that hard.
Or kill 2 of your opponent. This thing survives a non-infusioned, whatever that spell was, the Infest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infusion, yeah. Also, you're tutoring for a card. I don't know, maybe get something that will allow you to make this work again.
Yeah, tutor up a kill spell.
a kill spell, or a hop to it, something that gives you multiple tokens or whatever you need to make it work. Literally go get it out of your deck. It's come on, you can do it. The red one is interesting. This is the Emeritus of Conflict. For 1 and a red, it's a human wizard with first strike, 2/2. So a 2/2 with first strike for 2. It does not come in prepared. However, whenever you cast your third spell each turn, whether or not it's your turn, this creature becomes prepared. Its spell is Lightning Bolt. For a single red, instant, deals 3 damage to any target. Which they've reprinted in Standard a couple times, but is not in Standard right now. The fact that you can keep getting it, you have to put some work into those spells, sure, to cast 3 a turn. The ironic part is,
once you do it once, you've got a one of those 3 spells sitting here for 1 mana forever.
Yes.
That's a good point.
And it only costs a single red mana. So yeah, I agree with you. You beat me to it.
That's a nice little balance there. I like that. It's way more like involved than the Emeritus of Woe.
Whoa.
Hey Derek, what's a green one do? Did Dirk die?
All right. So the Emeritus of Abundance.
Yeah.
So for 2 and a green, this is an elf druid, has vigilance. This creature enters prepared. When this creature attacks, if you control 8 or more lands, this creature becomes prepared.
Oh.
Which potentially stacks well with its card, which is Regrowth. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you had to discard lands, congratulations, you can get back some lands.
And it's a 3/4 for 3 with vigilance.
Yeah. And
So
it's an elf, which is, we just had Lorwyn the other day, you guys. Lorwyn Eclipsed. So elves matter.
Yep.
But like you can, like this is just nice to play on turn 3 just as a thing, and then like regrowth if you want. Like the rest of the, I guess the 2/2 for 2 with first strike is also good, but like the rest of them are kind of whatever
For stats, yeah.
Also, the rest of them are really cheap for what they are, so they're fine to play as is. So just ignore me.
Well, but regrowth is so strong. Just no requirement about it has to be a creature card, anything like that. Just get whatever it is back. Could be your other copy of Emeritus of Abundance and make your opponent go, ah. They're doing the grave robber trick, grave digger trick. Now,
But
if you look, I've mentioned.
Okay, wait a minute. The so the Emeritus of Truce is just like it's a 4/4 for 3 if you give yourself the inkling. Like if you're way behind, then that's really freaking good, and you get a swords. What?
Mm-hmm.
The Emeritus of Ideation, the Ancestor Recall costs 1, so everything else that the card does doesn't matter. Because it's got pay 1, draw 3 cards just tacked on. But as we said way back, it's a 5/5 with flying and ward 2 for 5, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The Emeritus of Woe is a 5/4 for 4, which is, I think, the worst of all of these, and that's still okay.
Yeah, for stats.
Yeah, and that's kind of silly.
Yeah, and it comes with a demonic tutor attached.
Is not.
So.
Yeah.
The,
Which prepared too comes in prepared.
Yeah.
So, jeez.
The Emeritus of Conflict is just a good, aggro creature if you need it, or if you're ready to do the spell thing, you've got it right there ready to go. This one, I think, because it's re-prepare trigger cost, it requires 8 lands. Like, for some reason that makes me look at this one completely differently. Because like you can play it early,
yeah.
But what's worth regrowthing on that the next turn? I mean, I'm sure there's something if it'll give you the edge, early on.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah, but like for this one specifically, the regrowth is just sort of whatever. It's a 3/4 with vigilance for 3. Like, this is just good as is. Although, as people like to point out when I say things like that, because I'm old now, it doesn't do anything the turn you play it. So it's actually not good, because creatures have to do something the turn you play them now, or else you don't put them in the deck.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, Anyway,
now,
so Brian was about to go off on something new.
Yeah. Well, just while we're still talking about prepared, I've mentioned a couple times whether or not something can be prepared on its own. There are 2 other enablers in the set. One is a creature and one is a land. The creature is the Biblioplex Tomekeeper. It's an artifact creature. It is a common. It is a 3/4 for 4, so slightly more expensive than the green Emeritus, but also a common. It is a artifact creature construct. When this creature enters, choose up to 1. Target creature becomes prepared, and it has a reminder text. Only creatures with prepare spells can become prepared. Or target creature becomes unprepared.
So this is the one where you play it and drop the Illidan line.
You are totally not prepared. But it seems like it'd be funny to me for somebody that's building up to a prepared spell and then just be like, actually, you don't have that anymore. But also, maybe the white Emeritus with the Swords to Plowshares being able to do that again without even having to worry about who has more creatures seems pretty good.
Yeah, like if you've got the Biblioplex in hand, it costs 4. You can play the white Emeritus for 3, give yourself the 1/1, not care if it prepares anything, and then play this on 4 and say, "Oh look, it's prepared now. I've got a swords. What you gonna do?" Nerd.
Yeah. The Emeritus of Truce is the only one of the Emeriti with no built-in provision to do it again.
Yeah.
So he benefits greatly from something like this.
Probably because repeat Swords to Plowshares is just...
It's miserable.
Yeah. Which brings us to the last card. The Sky Coach Waypoint. It's a land.
Oh, look, it taps for colorless. How would you even do that? With colorless mana, Mike?
Okay, you got me there.
Look, it's in the set.
Colorless is not a color of mana.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're talking about making that thing a 2/2. Yeah, good job. It also has pay 3 and tap this land. Target creature becomes prepared.
Ooh,
and
reusable.
Yes, that is at instant speed. This is an uncommon card.
That's nice that they threw in a land to help with that. That's a nice touch. I like that.
It is. Definitely want to get some reuse out of this. Although playing a little bit of limited online, I haven't had much time with a lot of work this week, but I played a little bit since the set came out on Tuesday. And just being able to get the rampant growth from the bear more than once really helps to get stuff out of your deck. It kind of becomes silly. So, yeah. So, those are the major prepared spells, if I can, I want to mention just one more because it was in my deck and it worked really well and it made people kill it like immediately.
Oh my
And that
god.
is
Sorry,
yes.
I was just scrolling back up looking at the names of the cards, and one of them has Wheel of Fortune attached.
Which one was that? I don't know that I saw that one yet.
The Nactamon Lore Spinner in red.
Okay.
2 in a red. It's a
Oh, that's
3/3 Jackal Wizard that's rare. At the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, this creature becomes prepared. Ooh, that's nasty.
I
it's from
filtered
the
by
commander
set.
set.
I was gonna say.
Oh, see,
Okay.
we didn't do a filter this time, so I'm just scrolling and
I did a filter, but but that was mostly not to be like, oh, I'm doing a filter, but to make sure I was remembering the cards that were in my deck. Look at black. Chewy, look at Scheming Silver Tongue.
she's cute. Oh, she's got Sign in Blood. Ugh.
She has Sign in Blood. She does not come in prepared. Why don't you read this card?
Oh, okay. For 1 and a black, is that rare? That is rare.
Yeah.
She's a rare vampire warlock. Well, there's a lot of warlocks in this set.
Yes.
Huh. A 1/3 with flying and lifelink. Oh, lifelink. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you gained 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. Oh.
So, a couple ways to do that. You give her a +1/+1 counter, attack. Oh, look, I gained 2 life in combat. It's the beginning of my second main phase. I get Sign in Blood. Another is there's an artifact in the set. Have this up. I should be able to tell what it is. It is called scroll. It's basic for 3. It is a mana rock for 1 mana of any color, which helps fix your stuff, accelerates you. It's great, right?
Sure.
However, it has the second ability. I'm trying to get to the name of it, and I'm not finding it. You can also tap it, and for no additional mana, you'll gain 2 life, but you can only activate this ability if you've played any instant or sorcery this turn. Sign in Blood
It's an
is
artifact?
a sorcery. It's an artifact.
I can't even get down to the artifacts. Good God. This
It
is
is
why I
called-
should have turned on a filter.
The Potioner's Trove.
Ooh,
So
that's
for
a
3,
good name.
Yeah. For 3, artifact, common, tap, add 1 mana of any color, or tap, you gain 2 life, activate only if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, which means I could just keep repeating the Sign in Blood. I got that combo out in 1 game, and the opponent was like, that's gross. And I'm like, yep. And they said, good job. But I said, thank you.
That is gross. Because, I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's a rare and a common, but still.
Yeah.
And it requires a little bit of timing finesse. But just a little bit. Like, you have to hold the Sign in Blood for the next turn.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
What's the card that you played against me and made me go like, oh, that's really good? And then you revealed to me you had another one in your deck, and then you opened your multiple prize packs because you came in second, and you got 2 more copies, so you now have a full set of it.
That was let me get my filter set to find this. That was Applied Geometry. Applied Geometry was the MVP for
Color?
the deck that I built. It's multicolored.
Okay.
It's green and blue. So it's a rare sorcery that costs 2, a green and a blue. Okay. Create a token that's a copy of target non-aura permanent you control, except it's a 0/0 fractal creature in addition to its other types. Put 6 +1/+1 counters on it.
What in the holy blue balls?
That's
Yeah.
what I said. I was like, why 6?
It's amazing.
Why?
It's a 4 mana,
Why?
a 6/6 creature that's a copy of something. I mean, the being a copy of something sometimes doesn't even matter. There was a game where I just made a 6/6 island. There were several games where I made a 6/6 pest because I had a pest token from a spell I had played on turn 2. It's amazing. I won multiple games attacking with a big pest that I had gotten from Applied Geometry.
Yeah, you did. I think the one that was worst for me was there's a 6/6 blue and green creature in the set that when it comes in you tap a creature and put a stun counter on it.
Yeah, it's the Quandrix mascot. I can't remember its actual name right now, but it's a 6/6 with trample for 4, a green and a blue. And when it comes in, you tap something and put a stun counter on it. And I made Applied Geometry copies of that a few times during the course of the tournament.
Its
it
name
won the
is
game.
its name is Fractal Mascot.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
a fractal elk. And so even though you played the Fractal Mascot, tapped down my guy, and put a stun counter on it, I'm like, okay, I can come back from this because I think it was a death touch thing that's going to block. So you attack with it next turn, and then you make a copy of it that's also a 6/6. So, and then you put a new stun count. You tap down something else and put a stun counter on it. And I couldn't come back from that. And that was when you told me that you had another copy of Applied Geometry in the deck, and I'm like,
Yeah, Mike, that's awful. I love it.
It's amazing.
so you have to build that. I know we don't play a whole lot anymore, but now you have to play that deck.
Yeah, I got to do something. Yeah, like Brian said, I opened my prize packs and I got 2 more copies, and one of them is foil. So I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. Dirk, what are you seeing that you want to talk about?
Dirk's like, I'm just hanging out, man.
Yeah, everything that I was interested in. Yeah. Like, that looks really cool.
Oh God, hey Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
This is a commander card, I think. No, it's not. Look, do a search for Mind into Matter.
That's a Dirk card right there.
It is. Yeah, I just read that and went, no, that's Dirk. Straight up.
The guy who made first place had that one.
He had 2
Mind
of those.
into Matter. For X, green blue, rare sorcery, draw X cards. Then you may put a permanent card from with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Dirk loves drawing him some cards and then dropping something
And
big.
permanents. Yeah.
Being like, I really wish I could play this.
If you have the set filtered, you would see this. It's in the same row. But if you don't, scroll down a little bit. Chewy, look for Moment of Reckoning.
Yeah, I just glanced. I saw the giant mana cost and went, I wonder what that does. But then I went back to Mind into Matter.
Well,
So should I read it?
Moment. Yeah, you should.
So 3 white, black. That's a hell of a cost for a rare sorcery. It says, what? Oh, it says choose up to 4, but there's only 2 bullets. And I went, that doesn't make any... Oh, you may choose the same mode more than once. Ah. So the 2 options are destroy target non-land permanent or return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can blow up a bunch of stuff, or bring a bunch of stuff back, or mix and match.
Yeah.
For
And it's
7 mana.
expensive. It's expensive, but it's so much value on a single card.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like think of things that target a bunch of things to destroy them. They're like, I'm thinking of the red-green one that's very specific. Decimate, yeah. Like that blows up 4 things for, what is it, 5 mana?
4 mana, but you have to have a valid target for each thing.
Oh, is it really just 2 a red and a green? Good God.
Mhm.
It's been a minute. But yeah, that has to target, what is it, a land, an artifact?
An enchantment and a
Creature.
I guess.
Is it creature? Yeah. I was like, I can't think of what else was around back then.
Battle. They were really thinking ahead.
But yeah, so that only costs 4, but it's super specific. And this has the, return things that it had to balance on top of it. So 7 actually seems fair. Which is painful to say, but there you are. Oh, look, there's charms again.
Oh yeah, the charms are good.
Dude, I
I
love
like
charms. What are the charms this time? No, not charms,
Lucky.
plural charm.
Yeah.
There you
4-leaf clover.
go. Oh, but they say choose one. Oh yeah, they all
Yeah.
said. Well, they don't all say, but a
yeah.
bunch of them say choose one.
That's what charms are, right? Choose one.
I thought there was a
Oh,
set
yeah.
that said choose 2, but they
Charms
might not have been
are
charms.
one. The
You might be,
commands.
I think you're thinking of the commands.
The commands are 2.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, charms have lots of options, and you pick one. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So the Lorehold charm. Do these all cost 2? They do.
They all cost 2.
All
They all
right.
cost
So
2.
they
They're all
all
instants and uncommon.
Yeah, they're all 2 cost, instant, uncommon. Choose one. The Lorehold one, the red white one, says each opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact of their choice. That's specific. Return target artifact.
So they can't just like throw a treasure at it or something.
Yeah. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yup. And creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. Yeah, those are all solid for a red white charm.
I like it.
And as always, I
Little
try to
mini-
find the one that's going to be the one you always pick. And I think they're all specific enough to where there's not a default for the Lorehold charm.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to do the last one because overruns, even mini overruns, win games. But any of these at instant speed can break things. If that non-token artifact is like an Ember Cleaver or a Buster Sword or,
Yeah.
a Wormcoil Engine, then yeah.
Then by all means, yeah, go number 1.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
The Prismari charm has some good modes too. The modes are Surveil 2, then draw a card.
Ugh.
Or Prismari charm deals 1 damage to each of 1 or 2 targets.
Ooh.
Or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand.
So yeah, there the draw is your default one, but the other 2 are really good for whenever you need them to be really good.
Yeah.
Like ping 2 things? Seriously? Damn. And of course, you gotta love a bounce.
Oh yeah.
All right. Dirk, you want to tell us what the other one does? The next one does? Your one does?
Charm?
Yeah, the Quandrix charm.
Quandrix charm for green blue. It's an instant. Choose one. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2.
Nice.
Destroy target enchantment.
Okay.
Tracks. And target creature has base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn.
I always liked the instead of giving pluses, the change base spells, and I feel like I know I haven't been paying a lot of attention, but I feel like that's not a thing they do terribly often.
Not very.
They don't do it all the time, but in a set with a lot of +1/+1 counters, that can get really interesting. So.
Yeah, I mean, even the increment is the mechanic for this school, right?
It is.
Right, increments and the fractal tokens, which are all 0/0s that have some number of +1/+1 counters on them.
Yeah. Oh God. If you hit your 0/0 with 6 counters with the last part of the Quandrix charm, suddenly you're swinging for 11.
That's right.
Ugh.
Yep.
Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah. The Silver Quill charm, the first choice is put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Good to avoid removal or come out ahead in combat, maybe even finish off an opponent.
Yeah.
Second choice is exile target creature with power 2 or less. So
Yeah.
get around graveyard shenanigans. Or the last mode is each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, which in Silver Quill is fine. And again, a 6-point life swing probably will do a lot for you. But in cross college synergies, also activate um, the
Infusion.
Witherbloom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
infusion. Thank you. So, yeah, again, all of these are good.
And I
And
like that
all,
it gets like you can get around, like you can remove like Mike's stupid frog before it starts getting too big. Because it costs
Yeah.
2, so you played that 0/3 thing. No, you didn't.
hmm
Yep.
And to work with repartee, 2 of the 3 modes target a creature.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, that's
indeed.
true. These are all solid. So
Yeah.
Mike, what's the last one?
All right. Last one we have here is the Witherbloom Charm. For this one, the choices are: you may sacrifice a permanent. If you do, draw 2 cards.
What?
2 mana is the rate for that. I feel like.
Jesus.
Maybe nowadays it's 1, but who knows?
A lot of times it's 1,
Yeah.
but not necessarily instant speed. Okay?
The second choice is you gain 5 life. It's
Okay.
a nice chunk. And the last choice: destroy target non-land permanent with a mana value 2 or less.
And what is that?
That's a slightly smaller Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay got 3 or less.
Yeah, okay. Those are all. Well, the gain 5 life is only really good because of the school mechanic, but the other 2 are really good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Damn. Yeah, this is a solid set of charms, man. It's amazing that they're still managing to find these 2 mana effects for all the different colors and color combinations after all these years of printing these charms.
Yeah, that is impressive.
If you are impressed by that, check out the card Erode, because the fact that they have not, that's not a reprint. The fact that they have not used the word erode yet, I'm like, their Theosauruses have got to be like seriously marked up by now.
I was gonna
How
say,
have they
wait, no,
not
they
used
did.
this?
No, that's erosion. A really
Yeah.
crappy blue, not quite land destruction spell.
Yeah, this is not crappy. Erode for a single white is an instant. It's rare. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffled. So it's kind of like a Path to Exile. It does not exile, but it can target planeswalkers. And again, they haven't used Erode yet.
How is this not a really bad red land destruction spell from like Mercadian Masks?
Yeah, I know. I would have expected to see that printed, like you said, in like Mercadian Masks or Stronghold or something.
That's crazy.
You'd think.
And for it to be a very solid card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
What is
At
this
least
in
they're
the
being
art? Why are we blowing up Goro?
I think there's more hands more arms than Goro has.
Wait, I'm counting 4 on one side, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if it's one of those avatar things.
Yeah, one of the I can't remember their names now.
Like Steve.
The
Avatar of Steve. Oh, Steve is the avatar in Minecraft. Ben said that's what Goro did when Johnny Cage punched him in the nuts.
Archaics.
Archaics.
So.
There you go.
Oh yeah, me. Yeah, the Ravenous Archaic.
Yeah.
Are there more Archaics?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I especially like the Dawning Archaic, but
are they? Okay, there's one in red. There's one in green. Oh, okay. They're down here in colorless. All right.
Yeah. A lot of them have the converge. Not all of them.
Why does the Dawning Archaic look like something out of a Guillermo del Toro movie? Buh.
So, Dark, what's your impression of the set as a whole?
I do kind of wish I had gone to the pre-release and given it a shot and everything, but like it looks like a really cool set, and I kind of wish I had the chance to play Quandrix and so on, but yeah, like it looks like it's a really cool set.
A couple people at the pre-release mentioned that it felt more like an old school Magic set, and I'm not sure exactly what it was. Maybe it's the way the mechanics are designed or what, but I can see it.
Maybe it was the lack of some other IP intruding onto your mental space.
Yeah,
Maybe.
would have to agree with that.
Yeah, that is an interesting way of putting it. It does feel like an older set, but in a good way.
Well, and maybe it's the actual names of like Rampant Growth and Ancestral Recall that it actually feels like old school Magic because there's old school Magic spells stapled onto some of these cards too. The to be generous, we could say, hey, this is a return to form. To be spiteful or skeptic, it's another way of utilizing your nostalgia, except instead of it's your nostalgia for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's actually your nostalgia for the Magic IP itself. So, but
I mean,
well, I'm glad.
That's what Time Spiral was.
Yeah, I think you might be.
That's what Return to Dominaria was.
I think you might be onto something
true.
there. But instead of it, Magic deliberately referencing its own past, although it is doing that with these prepare spells, it's Magic not deliberately referencing some other IP, so it feels like a return to form.
Right. Well, I'm glad you find the set interesting, Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's neat. Real quick, before we wrap it up, Mike, did you want to explain the Saga rule change thing that you looked up earlier that we never mentioned?
Okay, yeah. There was a tweak to the rules about sagas that make them work the way you would expect in some situations where they didn't used to. So, the way sagas were before, it was just part of the rules about saga that as they enter the battlefield, you put a lore counter on them. Now, the fact that that was in the rules for them made them not work the way you would expect with certain other effects. Like, for example, if you had a doubling season out, they would not enter with 2 lore counters.
Right.
Because it's not an effect putting the counter on there, it's a rule of the game. Similarly, if there was a blood moon and you played Urza Saga, it would still come in with a lore counter, even though you might not expect it to, given the way that blood moon interacts with every other land in the game. So they changed sagas. Instead of using that rule to put the first counter on them, they gave sagas what they call an intrinsic ability, like what planeswalkers have, where they just have this ability built into the card that says this enters the battlefield with blah 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 counters on it. So that means, because now it's coming from an ability of the card, doubling season will make a saga enter with double counters, and blood moon will make Urza Saga enter with 0 counters, and a couple other things similar to those interactions that most reasonable people probably would have assumed worked that way to begin with, but now they actually work that way.
Huh. So they closed some loopholes, basically.
Yeah, they closed an unintuitive loophole, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. It's good that they're keeping on top of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
As opposed to, I mean, it's probably wouldn't be surprised if there were just enough questions and bug reports from Arena. It's like, why didn't my Saga come in with 2 counters? It's like, we should fix that.
I do like the way you said rather than it just being part of the rules for sagas, they wrote a rule specifically for sagas that gives it this ability. But they did it in a different way so that it works right. Shut up.
Yes.
All right then. So, Dirk needs to go to bed, and I think we all need to go to bed. We've had way too many 3-hour episodes lately. So,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up there. Do some final thoughts and go the hell to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dirk, what you got?
For my final thought, I guess, some of the stuff got out about the Avatar, the Legend of Aang, or apparently there is an Avatar: The Last Airbender movie that's going to be coming out,
and it leaked early.
And it leaked early. So,
Really? I
yeah.
haven't heard about this.
It looks really cool. Like old school Avatar with the group, and they're older. They're like in their 20s is what it kind of looks like. I'm curious. I'm interested to watch it and see how it goes. But like I said, I've caught a few bits and pieces that have made their way to YouTube, and the animation looks really good. So I'm excited to see how that goes. So that's my final thought. And with that, I'm going to head on to bed.
All right.
So you all have a wonderful
Good night.
night.
All right, thanks.
So let's see.
I'll probably
After
be
Dirk
heading
leaves,
out.
Brian leaves. Yep.
I'll be. I was gonna try to stick until the end of final thoughts. However, Carrie's ready for bed. Has requested my assistance with something. So, I'm gonna say it was fantastic seeing Mike in person. His hair is even longer than I realized. It is impressive in that bun you got going on, man. That is great. But I'm very glad he was able to do well. I liked my deck quite a bit. Again, we did 5 rounds, and the only rounds I lost were against Mike in the final round. Going into the final round, I said, "Hey, I'm 3-1, and you're 3-1," and he's like, "Don't say it." I'm like, "I'm not saying it." And then they put up the pairings, and I'm like, "Of course." And he beat me soundly in both games. I felt like I got off to a decent start, and then his card advantage and just bigger green creatures just walloped me.
Yeah, they were close. I had to turn it around in the mid game.
But turn around he did. And then in the round 2, I won the first round, and then round 2 I played against Christopher, who ended up winning the whole thing. He had done the pre-release the day before, had gone undefeated, so he knew his stuff. He played extremely well, and I think it's interesting. I don't know how balanced the set is for limited, just because Witherbloom definitely seems like the place to go. Both you and him, even though you didn't get the Witherbloom seeded pack, both of you splashed black at least. So both of you were in Sultai, right? So
Yes.
just because, yeah. But honestly, I had a good time. Glad that I went. It really was like the last minute, like I kind of knew it was coming up, hadn't looked at the previews, but I heard good things. I'm not doing every pre-release these days because I'm also playing some Lorcana. They're having a set come out at the beginning of May, so I'm thinking about that because that actually play with Carrie and Sam. But I'm really glad I went. And because I'm shouting this out to the universe, so since Sam has been in 5th grade, she's been on 4th grade maybe. She's been on the Battle of the Books teams where they read a bunch of books, like over 10 books, usually over 15, and then at competition, they will be asked specific questions, like in which book is there one phrase about one thing, and as she's gotten older, the questions have like gotten harder. Her team won their district, and then they won their region, and this last week, they came in third in the entire state, that's as far as the competition goes. So
Nice.
very proud of her, very proud of the whole team. Everyone at that level uh, seemed very nice. They were congratulating each other, and it really was great. And to see her competitive in something like that, where it's fun for them to do. Um, this year, usually I haven't read any of the books. This year, because we had done a couple long trips, we got some of the audiobooks for some of them. So I'm hearing the questions, I'm like, I know that. I know the answer to that. And I have to just sit there and be like, not saying anything. And then sometimes I was even thinking of the wrong one because they make a point of picking at least a couple books with shared themes so that you really, really have to know these books inside and out. So, again, very proud of her. Magic set looks great. Personal life, everything going pretty well. And Carrie's just asked if I'm coming. So, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you all later. And thank you, everybody, for listening to the show.
Yeah. Night, B.
Yeah. Good night.
Yay, Samwise.
Yay.
So how about you there, Beardy Man?
Yeah, I'm really glad Brian invited me out because I had kind of forgotten that this was pre-release weekend. I was just so out of the loop. Uh, so I'm really glad he invited me. I'm glad it worked out. And like the set is fun. The cards are good and fun. I had fun playing as like obviously I did pretty well, so that was also a big part of the fun. Um, but yeah, like Brian talked about our game, I also played against the guy who ended up first. He was really tough opponent. His mind into matters made a huge difference.
Well,
I felt really dumb after the second game of our match. He won in two, but I felt really dumb because I looked at my opening hand and I'm like, I'm gonna. I had forest, a couple forests and a swamp, and it's like, I'm gonna draw an island. I'm gonna draw an island. You know, narrator says he did not draw an island. I I know better than that. It's like, why did I know better than that? I shouldn't have left that up to luck. I should have mulliganed. I was already down one game. I shouldn't have left that up to luck. So I felt kind of dumb after that, but hey.
did the narrator sound like Ron Howard? He didn't.
Yes.
It's like, I'm going to draw an island. He didn't. No.
Nope. But honestly, even if I did get a better hand, I don't know if I could have beat him. He just had all those good things going for him. But so yeah, this was a set where I think it's very possible to be aggressive effectively. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of big spells and big creatures flying around. But
sorry, I just went be aggressive, be aggressive.
Be
okay,
aggressive.
sorry.
But Lorehold and Silverquill have like a lot of good, solid stuff that you can really use to make a run at your opponent, especially with the things that can generate a bunch of value. Like there's a 2/2 for 2 and with repartee, where the repartee is make an Inkling token. And the Inkling tokens in this Strixhaven set are 1/1 flyers. They used to be 2/1 flyers, but in this set they're 1/1 flyers. Just like, yeah, being able to just generate incidental 1/1 flyers is amazing.
That seems stupid, actually.
Yeah. There's a common creature from Lorehold where it's like, if whenever the card leaves your graveyard, one more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this. That can get dangerous. And the things that I played against 2 opponents who had really aggressive builds like that. And honestly, the things that saved me there was because they were being a little too aggressive. And they sent one of their value generators in to die like a little too early. It's like one guy, he had already put a +1/+1 counter on his Inkling generator and was attacking, and I'm like, I'll double block that. It's like I need that off the board, you know. It's like I was happy to get 2 for 1 just to get that off of the board and not be a worry anymore. But yeah, so just be careful. Yes, you can be aggressive, but stop and, you know, pay attention to your value generators and don't just don't throw them into harm's way too cavalierly. Then you won't get the value anymore.
Buh. Well, at least you
Yeah,
had
it
a
was
good
great.
time.
Yeah, I did. It was great. I had a real good time.
Even if you didn't invite me.
Sorry.
When did you guys go?
It was Saturday afternoon, evening. I can't remember if it started at 3 or 5.
Oh yeah, I totally would have come and hung out with you guys. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Yeah,
the
it was
dinner
interesting.
dash on Saturday, but like that doesn't make a difference. I could have come after
Mm-hmm.
that, and if you told me ahead of time, I could have dashed in the earlier and been there the whole time. But no, I see. Don't want to see me. It's fine.
Yeah, it was interesting the way they did it because they were doing prizes by standings instead of wins. Then they needed to have more rounds to sort it all out. So because there were 19 people, it needed to be 5 rounds, and then they did prizes out to the. They said they were doing prizes out to the top third. So 1/3 of 19 rounded down to 6. So that's why there were 6 prize winners. And Brian and I were 2 of them.
Nice. All right then. Well, assuming you're done,
Yes, I am.
would like to remind everyone to go to patreon.com/themanapool if you want to help support what we do here. Thanks to our mythic lifeguards, Al, Kim Ho, Scuzzo, Jake Jansons, Michael, Team You Hellas Haryu, Violet in the Lilies, Jason Kaus, Casey, Jason Doan, ALK Alters, and Andrew Odie. And also go follow me on BlueSky. It's themanapool.whatever, bsky.social. You know, that's Twitter, but not run by Nazis. Also on Instagram is the Manapool. We're the Manapool everywhere. So if you're on any of those social media things that aren't Twitter, then go give us a follow. And also I stream here on Twitch. We're live right now on Twitch. Well, maybe not right now when you're listening to this, but we streamed this live on twitch.tv/themanapool. I also stream games on Twitch all the time. Here lately, I've been streaming, oh god, let's see. I did 2 3+ hour streams of Vampire Crawlers, which is the next game from Punkle, who did Vampire Survivors. And I was explaining to the dorks in the pre-show, it takes all the characters and weapons and items and everything from Vampire Survivors, picks them up, and puts them in a completely different game genre. So it's like, to put it in terms that are that are recognizable regardless of what your knowledge of these games, it's like American Horror Story. Every season was a different story, different settings, different characters, but all the actors were the same. And that's how this works. It's a first-person dungeon crawling roguelike deck builder with a really cool combo mechanic of playing cards and ascending mana order. Like, it sounds very simple. I assure you, it can get stupid. And yeah, it's just as addicting as Vampire Survivors. So if you had a problem with Vampire Survivors, like I did, then you should probably give Vampire Crawlers a try, or you should stay far away. It's really good though. I did one stream of a game called Absalom, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know why it's called that just yet. I haven't seen that word anywhere in any of the anything yet. But it's a side-scrolling, like, belt scroller, a beat-em-up, you know? Roguelike. So you fight a bunch of people, and then you get, you know, a choice of a couple of upgrades. And sort of like Hades, instead of different gods, you get different elements. And I've run into fire, water, air, I think it's called wind, thorn, and it just, right at the end of the stream, I unlocked another one that I forgot what it's called. But they each have, like, a specific thing that they do that is different from what all the others do. So it's pretty much a 2D Hades, but in a different 2D, not top down. And you know, it's a beat 'em up. So if you're into, you know, Streets of Rage, Final Fight, River City Ransom, you know, those type of Battletoads, that type of thing, then it's really good. Like, the first run, I was like, I don't know about this, because I kept trying to jump and dodge up and down, and you can't move up and down when you jump in this game. You can only move left and right. And then I picked, so the first two characters you start with, Mike, are like a dark elf with a big ass sword, or a beefy dwarf with a gun. And the dwarf with a gun is way more my play style. And I was like, oh, I love this game. And then I unlocked the fast doesn't deal as much damage, but deals lots of little packets of damage character.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, nope, this is my jam. And there's still the frog wizard thing that I haven't unlocked yet. So that one might be even more my jam. So jam. So yeah, I want to get back to that. I did go back to Final Fantasy VI after a year of not playing Final Fantasy VI to represent the year that Celeste was in the coma at the midway point. Yep, that's why. Mm-hmm. And I did one stream of that, and then I haven't gone back to it. But I will, because it's Final Fantasy VI, and we got to put the band back together, because we're on a mission to kill God. Blues Brothers? Anybody? Hello? Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Oh, and I've been continuing to stream Balatro, because I'm down to, I think, 23 wins left for the Completionist Plus achievement, which is get the gold stake, the highest difficulty win with every deck. Excuse me. But you have to build up. Like, you have to get, in order to win to get to gold stake, you have to win all the stakes below it. So I'm slowly working my way up to that. Like I said, 23 wins left is pretty good. So yeah, you should come hang out on twitch.tv/themanapool. On Thursdays we do the show, if we're doing a show that week. And on other nights I'm streaming one of these. Like I said, Balatro, Vampire Crawlers, Absalom, and Final Fantasy VI I would like very much to stream more of for the foreseeable future. So once I hit that Completionist Plus on Balatro, I'm going to do the challenges on stream, I think, and then I'm going to stop, because the other achievement is way more work than I'm going to put in, I think. But you have to get a win on Gold Stake with every Joker, Mike. Every Joker.
Wow.
So when you beat the boss of the 8th ante, all the Jokers that you currently have get a little gold sticker. And the achievement is have a gold sticker on all of the Jokers. The problem is
Okay.
some of the jokers are temporary. Some of them can just disappear
Mm-hmm.
randomly. Like the freaking banana has a 1 in 4, 1 in 5 chance to go extinct. Because it's the gross Michelle, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can find the Cavendish, which has a 1 in 1,000 chance to go extinct. Which, when your Cavendish goes extinct, that is an event in and of itself. All of a sudden, it just goes boop, and you're like, which has happened to me once. It was not a good run. But yeah, like I said, that's one I'm not gonna try to do on stream, if I try it at all. I might just stick with all but one achievement on Balatro and be perfectly happy. But Vampire Crawlers is horribly addicting. Absalom is really good. Final Fantasy VI is obviously good. So yeah, all of that will continue to be streamed for the next little while. So yeah, you should come hang out on Twitch. I stream at night. I try to start at like 8:30 Eastern time. And sometimes I stream during the day. So come hang out. Say hi. We have fun. Yeah, and with that, we'll be done. So let us know how you did at the Strixhaven pre-release if you went, or what you think of the set in general. And yeah, that'll be it for us. So this has been episode 751 of the Mana Pool. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And I'm reminded of when the last Strixhaven came out, we made our own schools. And I don't remember anything about mine other than more options, more better.
That's right.